This is the Rock and Metal Faith Podcast.
With electric guitars, the heavens shake through every riff, our souls awake. This is rock and metal faith. The thunder roars, his name is praised. Through light and dark, his love will fade. Forever loud, rock and metal faith.
Welcome to the Rock and Metal Faith Podcast, where it's all about the rock that makes me sing, Christian rock and metal, from the classics to today. I'm your host, Aaron Hancock, joined with my co-host.
Chris Plumond. How are you guys doing? Welcome.
Yes, welcome. And this is our monthly bonus episode. If you're just joining us, we throw out a bonus episode once a month where we will talk about a featured band and then get into the birthdays for that month. Today's featured band actually is Stryper. You might be surprised we haven't talked about them before. Well,
Well, Aaron.
well, we talk. Yes, okay. I know we talk about them all the time on the program. So, and there's a reason why I kind of wanted to do them as the bonus feature. Yeah, why haven't we done them as a bonus feature before yet? Or you might think they would have been the first band. Well, they weren't the first band because I figured that's kind of obvious. And Stryper's one of those bands I think everybody knows, but maybe not. You know, if you're new to the Christian rock and metal scene, this is why we do feature bands. Most bands so far have been kind of legendary bands, and you think everybody knows about them. But newcomers to the scene may not realize them, or they go, "Why are we talking about these bands? But who are they?" So we like to do a quick overview. And the reason we're going to talk about Stryper is coming up this month, we're going to release an episode where we're doing Stryper's album, Discovery. If you just joined the podcast, we've been going through the Stryper records chronologically in between a bunch of other episodes. And we're up to the covering. And so around this time, I think it would be good to get into Second Coming, which was an album of Stryper's that was essentially re-recorded songs. I was just explaining to Chris there. They left the original label Enigma. They didn't have rights to the songs on the first 4 albums, something like that. So they wanted to get the rights back. The easiest way to do that is to re-record the songs. And on that album is 2 brand new tracks, Bleeding from the Inside Out and Blackened. What do you think of those tracks, Chris?
Oh my gosh, I was pleasantly blown away. I was expecting, and when I first saw it, I thought, oh, they're just redoing the old song. I'm like, oh, well, I didn't listen to them because I've heard them 1,000 times, right? Went and found the 2 tracks I haven't heard before, and wow, I've added them to my playlist, so that says a lot.
Right. Yeah, I've got those. When that album came out, I bought those 2 as downloads. And then I think I bought a couple of the older ones that I don't listen to quite so much. But yeah, all the mainstay songs, To Hell the Devil, Soldiers, I've got a couple copies of already. Didn't need a third copy. Didn't bother with those. For those who are not familiar with Stryper, and I don't know where you've been if you're not, but
Wow.
let's do a quick overview on the band. Came out in 1984. Their first album was an EP called the Yellow and Black Attack. The band was Michael Sweet on guitars and vocals. Don't forget, he plays guitars as well as sing. And Oz Fox on guitars. Robert Sweet on drums. And Timothy Gaines on bass.
Robert Sweet on drums is awesome.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
He is talented back there.
And stuff. He's influenced quite a few other drummers.
Well, this is still on topic. Did you see Michael Sweet's health update today?
Not today, no.
Oh, well, he put out a post, and he
Okay.
said that he posted the post the wrong way. He didn't post what he wanted to say by accident, I think, because I only found out because of the comments. They were all like, "Praise God, praise God." So I'm assuming that it's good news.
Oh,
It sounds like he's going to be fine, and I
that's
don't
good.
know if he's in remission.
Okay.
I don't know. Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, we'll get into more Stryper news on the next episode we record. We're recording these a little bit out of order and a little bit close together. So some of the news, when you hear them on the big episodes, isn't going to be that new anymore, but it gives us something to talk about.
Yeah.
And what else? Yeah, so that was the lineup for Stryper. They released 5 albums and then took a bit of a break. Michael Sweet left the band after their 5th one, Against the Law, citing that the band was leading a hypocritical lifestyle that even he was part of. He couldn't do that anymore. Citing that, he couldn't be in a Christian band doing the things they were doing, left the band. Stryper tried to carry on a little bit without him and wasn't as successful. So that was it for about 12, 13 years. When during that time, Michael Sweet sort of leaving the music business, but also putting out a few solo records as well. And then one of his solo records called Reborn, he's in talks with the band. They're trying to get him back together. They're doing a few shows together again. And when Oz Fox hears the songs for Reborn before it's released, he says, "Oh, these are great. We should release this as a Stryper record." Michael agrees to come back to the band, and he's been back ever since. The band's been going great ever since. Actually, those 2 songs I told you to listen to, they're Blackened and Bleeding from the Inside, kind of sound like where the band is going to be going. One of those songs sound like it could have been written for the next upcoming album, which was No More Hell to Pay. It's kind of got that sound to it. So yeah, on the second coming album, some of the new tracks there kind of start showing where the band is going. Yeah, I like it. Timothy Gaines has left the band, and during that transition time, when they're getting back together, he's with the band, and then he leaves the band. I think he's back for another album. He's kind of in and out for a couple albums, and then Timothy Gaines leaves. They bring in Perry Richardson on bass, and he's been with the band ever since he joined. So that's a quick overview on Stryper. I don't know if we need to say favorite songs, favorite tracks. We talk about that all the time. Yeah, we talk about Stryper all the time. So
Yeah, well, yeah, we might have to change the title, The Rock and Metal Faith plus Stryper.
well, I was thinking of making this like a Stryper podcast, and you know what? There's some other guys out there doing the same thing now. A Stryper only podcast. The hell with the podcast. They're called. Great show. Check them out. All right, on to birthdays now. So July 2nd, we have Troy Thompson from Bride. He is the guitarist and from Bride. Him and his brother have been the mainstay of the band basically from inception till now its demise. Troy Thompson was born in 1966, July 2nd. Speaking of Stryper, July 4th is Michael Sweet's birthday, born 1963. And July 7th, the same year, Perry Richardson. So there you go. We got 2 Stryper birthdays just days apart.
Wow.
July 10th, we have an album anniversary, the Rocks Regime Demos, which is a Stryper record. This was before Stryper went under the name Stryper. They were originally known as Rocks Regime. And I can't remember what year this was released now, but the Rocks Regime demos were released. And essentially a bunch of songs that were going to become Stryper songs. With basically it's demos of what you hear on the first Stryper EP, Yellow and Black Attack. So if you're a classic collector, like hearing demos and where songs come from, check out the Rocks Regime.
Oh, you have it?
I don't have that one. No, it is available on streaming. I've heard a little bit, kind of checking out Stryper's music as I do research on the albums that we've been going through. And I was kind of comparing how some of the songs have changed is all. But yeah, I don't actually own that one. I'm not that big of a collector. July 13th, we have Louis Weaver, who did drums for Petra. He was part
Yeah.
of their classic lineup in the 80s. He's not with Petra anymore. I can't remember what years he played with them now. But Louis Weaver, born 1951. July 15th, we have Rocky McConnell, who is the manager for a new band called Chaotic Resemblance. And he celebrates birthday July 15th. July 18th, we have Alexander Aposson, who did drums for Bride. He was in kind of the later years. I think he was in the post 90s, probably the 2000s. He was playing with them. I can't remember what years he was with Bride, but Alexander Aposson, born 1981. July 20th, we have another Stryper album anniversary. Their first greatest hits collection called Can't Stop the Rock was released in 1991. We kind of covered that one. That was the greatest hits.
Yeah, that's a good album. Yeah.
Featured 2 new songs. That was kind of one of my first ones I bought because I was just getting into Stryper. I'm like, oh, this has got the older stuff I don't have. Great way to get into that before I go out and buy the other stuff. July 21st, we have a birthday, Corey Cooper from Skillet, born 1972.
Yeah, a band that I think we're gonna talk about in the next while.
Yeah, we'll have to. They're making news in waves too. So, as of they said what was their song "Monster" has just reached like 1 billion streams on Spotify.
That is mind blowing. They're just I saw them talk about that at their concert, but John talked about it and how humble he was. He was like, "That is awesome." I
Right.
mean, and of course the fans are outside and they all went nuts. I'm like, wow. And who said Christian music is boring?
Yeah. Well, and I think they're another band now that they've kind of done the mainstream crossover and getting success in the mainstream. They're kind of like Stryper, and they're getting fans that aren't necessarily Christians. So new fans are getting to hear the word, and that'd be a great topic that we'll maybe cover later this summer. The relevance of Christian bands or the function of a Christian band, put it that way.
Yeah. And of course, Christians out there who just don't like it that it's loud. Period.
Yeah, we'll get
I
into that.
mean,
We'll get into that in later episodes. I
yeah.
do have that topic
Well,
planned.
Stryper fits right in there too.
Oh yes, yes, definitely. Corey Cooper does keyboards, but is the rhythm guitarist for Skillet.
Okay.
And married to John Cooper. That part I knew, but
That's cool. The keyboards are pretty cool in most of their songs. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da,
all right. And also on July 21st, we got more Stryper albums being released. Oh, here we go. Yellow and Black Attack, which we were talking about, their first EP, first release. That came out way back in 1984. Also on the same day, a few years later, 2009, was Murder by Pride. We've covered Murder by Pride. If you don't know that record, maybe check our archives and have a listen to that episode. Any of these bands that we talk about on our bonus episode, if you don't know them, chances are we've already talked about them with a large episode, gone through the music, the catalog library. And if you want to know more about those bands, just do a search through our archives.
Yeah, go listen to it and share with your friends. If your friends have questions, they can comment on us on our page.
We got birthday on here. I didn't write down what band he's with, and I don't know him by name. All right, we're going to skip that birthday. This is Ryan Helm, who was formerly of some band, did rhythm guitars, but I forgot to write down which band he was with. So
That would be helpful.
if anyone knows what band Ryan Helm used to be part of, I'm thinking it was Demon Hunter, but I'm not sure. Reach out to us in the comments and let us know who he is. July 26th, Stryper released their Greatest Hits Live from Puerto Rico. That was a 2007 release. And July 29th, we have Mark Gershmel, who was a founding member and the keyboardist for the band Whiteheart, born in 1954. Favorite Whiteheart song, Chris?
His heart was always in it.
Okay. I would probably go.
That would be a good song for us to talk about one of these days because it
Yeah.
rocks.
I'd probably go with Powerhouse. I know that was one of my favorites. Also, July 29th, Gary Lanier, who does guitars with Tourniquet. He was part of the band's formation from in 89, was with the band till 96. And apparently, yeah, he's been posting, he's kind of reforming the band again. Tourniquet is working on a brand new record.
We got to get them on the show. That would just be awesome.
Yeah, and we've had suggestions for that.
Yeah. If there's any fans out there who have an inside track with Tourniquet, let Aaron know. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, Gary Lanier was born in 1967. Like I said, he celebrates a birthday July 29th. And unfortunately, I'm leaving the saddest for last because July 29th is also a death anniversary. Michael Bloodgood went to be with Lord in 2022.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he is the bassist and founding member of the band Bloodgood. And yeah, so once he passed away, that was it for that band. Les Carlson, the vocalist, has carried on under his own name, continues to put out music, and I'm sure he's in his 80s or 90s, still putting out music. So check that out. But that's it for birthdays. That's it for our quick overview on Stryper. And that's it for the Rock and Metal Faith for our July bonus episode. So yes, share this out there, subscribe, like, and let everybody know you're listening and get them listening as well.
And I want to thank all our subscribers that are out there. Thank you for listening and keep rocking.
Keep rocking and God bless.
Yeah, God bless.